Well, welcome to the Fresh Bunch podcast. My name is Mike, and we're here with the great Mimi Pacheco, Ryan Black, Joel Serrano, and our guest today is Lori Wheat, AAF. She's from Lafayette Florist, and she is the president of SAF. And we also have Eileen Weber, AAF from Lake Forest Flowers in Illinois. Big fans. We are of you guys.
Thank you.
And welcome. This podcast is, number 202? 202. So just so you know, we didn't say it before we started, but basically this is not video recorded. It's only audio recorded. Other than that, pour yourself a scotch. And
or a warm cup of coffee or hot chocolate, because those ladies are cold today.
Yeah. It's a very stressful time in the flower business when the weather gets like this, compounded with a very vital, necessary, much needed holiday like Valentine's Day. It really makes everyone's job that much harder and that much stressful. Did I say that right? And that much more stressful.
It's stressful. It's definitely stressful. We're all looking at like crystal balls, looking at the weather. Like if we know, Al Roker's job, I don't know. We're all there trying to figure everything out. And
there's no real playbook for this kind of stuff.
No.
There's Valentine on a Saturday. It's not terrible, but I think some of the supply was a little bit early this year, and I think people's coolers and the farms and stuff are kind of full, and it's kind of, with the weather, it took the wind out of the sails. People just couldn't buy. The trucks couldn't go. The planes couldn't fly. The FedEx can't deliver. There was so many reasons. So, excuse me, but I'm stressed out today. Sorry.
Well,
yeah, very stressful.
I hear you. It's a challenge. And when we look at the 10-day forecast and the high is 20, it makes delivering very challenging. How do we get the flowers into our customers' hands seamlessly without any cold damage?
How do you do it?
How do you do it?
Yeah,
exactly.
do you back the van up to the front door? I mean, how does a florist overcome that?
Well, I'll jump in. I'm sure Lori's got a plan too, but generally what we do is sometimes it's double or triple bagging the arrangements, which is a lot more work. Also takes up a lot more room in the coolers, but we do that as a precaution. And then our team actually, and our drivers, we call all of the individuals and text to say, are you home between this window? We need to bring these flowers right into your home. So we do make contact with the recipient before we come out, particularly at those really cold temperatures.
Yeah.
Smart.
We'd love it if it was like 34. We could just leave it right at their door, send them a picture on the text. But I'm not sure we're going to be that lucky this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we always have to pivot with four-wheel drive vehicles. So it's like, you can't take your regular van out anymore. You have to ask everybody, okay, bring your four-wheel drives in today. And that's how we're going to deliver. So,
wow. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, with the snow.
You guys should deliver by like dog sled. Make it part of like the gimmick.
We'll let you guys borrow Jet next time. Well,
Charge extra for that.
When I was a delivery driver in New York, when I was young, wholesale delivering, and I looked forward to the snow. I thought it was a challenge. I would have the chains to put on my rear tires. I put these chains on my tires, and we had these big bundles. There was a time when people read these things called newspapers.
Yeah.
You people don't know about that, but we had these big bundles of newspaper that, we would have to open when we were slow, and that's what we used to pack the flowers. But when we got a big snow, I used to load like 20 bales of that in the back of my van, and it would give me some more weight to get more traction. Yeah.
Yep.
And I would deliver, and I would get out there. I actually liked it.
So it's funny you said that because Uncle Matt was here and Eddie was here talking about how when you're younger, these cold winters it's not that it's fun, but that, the joy of like having to take out the shovel. Like he was like, now I'm older, I don't even want to think about it. My bones just hurt.
Yeah.
So, it's funny that he's like, I guess it's equivalent to some of the storm days that we have here. Like, you miss school or kids
What were you wearing when you were doing these deliveries back then?
No, listen, we didn't have like the snow clothes that people have today.
Yeah.
We had you wore long johns and your jeans
Long
and
johns.
2 pairs of socks and your boots and whatever jackets you had and a warm hat.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Speaking of the good old days, we're here on this special podcast to talk about Next Gen, which is going to be in North Carolina this year, Raleigh, North Carolina. And that's why we have these wonderful ladies here to talk to us about this amazing event that's happening.
Oh, I'm excited. It's going to be great. This is the 4th or 5th?
This is the
Good
5th,
question.
I think.
5th.
Yeah, the 5th,
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah.
The 5th. I've only missed one. I was on the planning committee for the first one in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had another one in Miami. Then we were San Diego, Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
and now Raleigh.
You got it. That's
There it
right.
is.
So super excited about it. It's a great opportunity to meet people. I've really made some wonderful industry connections and friendships
Mm-hmm.
from attending this event.
Definitely.
I think that that peer connection is so important. I know that my son Tanner has attended Next Gen, and he's made friends. He's made some really good industry friends because of Next Gen. In fact, I have to tell you this little story that he went to Congressional Action Days this past year in 2025, and he met up with Alex, who is a florist in upstate New York. And so while they're doing Congressional Action Days on one of the free nights, they got tickets to a Capitals game. And so they, took the metro and went through Washington, D.C. and, had dinner, had the game. They just made this connection that you can't make it unless you're together, unless you are at an event together talking about the struggles or the challenges or the opportunities that we have in this industry. So, I thought it was really, it's something that peer connection is just so important.
And that takes it deeper than just business. That's
Yes.
friends for life now. That's,
Exactly.
we'll always get together. Yeah, I met your son Tanner at Next Gen.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first,
Yes.
I think the first one, I met him.
Yes.
And we were talking some hockey and some other stuff.
He was
And I was
excited
just going to say,
be
I
here,
met
yeah.
you all at Next Gen.
Yeah.
I mean, up here in my, bubble in Chicago, I actually didn't know about Jet Fresh until 5 years ago. And
Yeah.
I'm so grateful I do. And the connection with like the VIP chocolate roses and just all the great things you're doing. And when I'm looking, at Comet, the sales, and I'm like, oh, Jet Fresh, I know that's a good one. Let's get that ordered.
Good plug. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, because SAF did a 2025 survey and they said 97% of the attendees said they walked away with a new idea or process they plan to implement. So more than 70% were talking about just the connections that they made. Eileen,
The show's
Mike,
tailored for that.
yeah, Eileen, Mike, and I were on a great panel that people keep like bringing up, which was So You Think You Know Flowers. And I think about sitting on that stage, and I was learning just sitting next to Eileen. Like listening to Lisa, I was already learning. And it's just funny how you can be in an industry for however long you think, and you think you're an expert, but you don't know, So it's fun to think of all the fun things that people are going to learn. And this year's schedule looks great. I mean, I'm super jealous. We have a first timer coming this time, Joelle.
Yeah, we subbed out Mimi for Joelle.
Oh, welcome, Joelle.
I'm excited for you, Joelle.
No,
Are
that's
you
the
coming in
perfect.
Saturday night? Because some of us will be there Saturday evening.
We haven't technically purchased our tickets.
They never do. They rather pay
I
more
already
later.
registered them, and I'm like the mama bear out here. I'm like, I've registered you guys. I need you to. I've already found people to secure to make sure that he's okay on the bus and all of the mommy stuff. But I'm gonna pull a Jimmy and I'm gonna say a joke. I'm not getting older. I'm just past my budding phase right now. That's why I'm not going to Next Gen. I just want you to have that opportunity, and I think that I'm kind of sad because I said I wasn't going to go, and then the NC State tour is happening, which the post-harvest care and handling in me is like, oh, that's the Mecca.
That's your.
I am so jealous. So I said to Joelle, you better videotape everything. Because I used to send all my stuff to NC State with John Dole to be able to be tested, all the Chrysal products and all that care and handling. There's so much great stuff that's happening. So
yeah, I'm super excited about the NC State tour as well. That's a real highlight coming from my background at Purdue University in the College of Ag and my degree in horticulture and production. You know, it takes me away from the floriculture retail side back to that growing side, and Purdue and NC State were always, you know, kind of up there in the leaderboard for those subject matter. So I'm excited to get a tour of the greenhouses.
Joel, you excited?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty excited.
sound excited.
I don't sound it, but I really am excited to go.
There you go.
Yeah, and you gotta sell because we have the supplier expo too, and the happy hour we're sponsoring. So you got to be able to.
You're just going there to make connections.
Yeah,
you're going there.
No, I want
I've
to
got
see
a request though.
What's the request?
I need a
To see his
hat.
abs.
Oh, which hat are you looking for?
We'll have to connect offline, see what my options are, but I need a hat.
I got you.
That can be arranged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have the schedule here, and we can go over a little bit of it. But I actually really want to hear because you both are Next Gen.
No,
Well, oh,
I'm sending Next Gen. Yes,
you're what?
I am definitely sending my Next Gen, but I am not.
Oh,
And I'm going. I'm going because I'm on a panel, and I'm also I have to do some introductions.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I saw
Yes.
Lafayette though is 74 years in business, right?
Yes.
Wow, that's
We've been in
great.
business for a long time. Yes, this is our. I'm third generation. My son is our fourth generation.
Wow.
It's something. Yeah, that I think about Next Gen, and I think about how it's such an investment for us. It's almost like, I don't know. I feel like it's part of our culture is to keep continuing to educate our young people, right?
Yes.
Encourage them.
Yes.
It's so important. These leadership skills, I think, they compound. It's important to send our young leaders to these things often. When somebody says, "Oh, I've already sent my person to Next Gen," check it off their list. No, this is not a once and done thing.
Yeah.
This is a thing that you want to do over and over and over again because it's leadership skills that are progressing year after year after year. So I encourage everybody, this is that long-term investment. This is, for me, it's my succession plan. If
Exactly.
the more I
Yeah.
can make him successful, then the more I can step away, so it's a really important event that SAF has.
Definitely.
It's also really healthy for the Next Gen to understand and appreciate that the flower industry, no matter how many years go by, it still is and always will be a relationship-based business. And there's really not many contracts that go around. It's I know you, you know me, I like you, you like me, I respect you, you respect me, we do business. And,
Yes, totally.
and there isn't a lot of industries that has that anymore. So that's why you have to keep sending these younger people who have so many options and directions that they can go in their life and without making a judgment, because they watched the older generation work so hard. They watch them work holidays, weekends, this, that, So a lot of it is like, well, I don't want to do that shit. I want to. But once you get like hooked into it and you get like I don't care if you're a wholesale, retail, buyer, there's a thrill somewhere in this job. there's something that gives you a thrill, kind of like if you're on Wall Street, I guess. It's just something kind of.
Well, we're a real fast-paced industry.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, it does have that. And honestly, as an employee, when I get asked to go to shows, sometimes they coincide with other things and you might not feel like, you can go, but it's a part of a benefit for the for the employee, and it's showing that your employer sees potential in you. And
Right.
and so, there was a LinkedIn report that said 94% of employees say that they would stay longer if they felt that they were being sent or giving development training and stuff like that. And I think that, flights, hotel, all of the stuff, the fees, they're an investment. And I think the employee needs to know that, that's just because your boss sees the potential and they want you to grow.
Yeah.
So it's a real positive thing.
And then
Yeah,
those connections leads to more education. You have a question. I was sending some texts a couple weeks ago. Hey, what vase are you using for your long stem roses right now? I think we want to change it up. And, I'm getting messages back. We use this, or we don't sell long stem because our cooler space is limited and we need everything to be packed in. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. But, that is our brand, is the long stem. And so how do we make that happen for our customers at a price that they're willing to pay? So it's wonderful to have these resources, like just people you've met that are in a different part of the US doing something a little bit different.
And they tailor the
Mike-
sessions and the speaking points to be relevant kind of things, like talking to your boss and things of like how to network with your peers and things like that. So it makes sense in that way as well.
And they have stuff like this year, Irving, the face of Next Gen, and the Prez, Megan, have a trends on technology.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the people that need this. Like, the Next Gen are the one that's going to bring the technology forward.
Yeah, and those are two people that are
You have
leading.
you have the assistant professor Melinda from NC State, Melinda Kuth, and she's doing a talk on plants and people. Like, that's market research that's out there. Like, this is really good stuff. I mean, I'm really jealous of this one. And then, of course, the famous Talmadge trends, but it's going to be different this time because it's to a different audience. So, I mean, like, I'm a convention galley. I'm going to stick with a SAF convention because that's my true and true, and hope that my next gen, I can see them and they bring back that information and share it. Joelle.
Yeah, I'm super excited to have the opportunity to speak at Next Gen. My program is Communicate on Cue, Mastering High-Stake Conversations.
Nice.
So I've been working on that the last, 5 or 6 weeks or so, putting together. And the hard part is there's so much that we can talk about because we're talking to every facet of our industry, right? Growers, distributors, wholesalers, retailers, designers, employees, owners, tech people. And so I've tried to put together some different scenarios. We'll have some role playing, and people will be able to leave my session with actual conversations and phrases to use, tips and tricks about body language, the tone of your voice. I'm really excited to share that. Educating is so important, as you said, that we need to touch and share our skills with people, share our wisdom. And since I recently became inducted into PFCI last year, I'm just thrilled to have this opportunity to share. So, and that was something that was pushed to me to say, hey, you should go do this through Next Gen. Mm-hmm. So it was, again, like people who saw that, hey, I had maybe a skill or potential, and why not try? And so I was, so grateful that someone gave me that little nudge.
That's awesome. Congratulations on your PFCI.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And Lori, which is your talk?
I am on a panel. So it's kind of about the past, the present, and what the future holds. So it's kind of like this all-encompassing, and it has people from all different segments of the industry. So
Awesome.
Growers, retailers, wholesalers. Yeah. So you get a really good idea of what's happening in the entire industry.
I think Sahid and Paige are on that one. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a lot of great people. Ryan's on there. Malero.
I was like, no,
not you, the other Ryan. Yeah, there's a lot of great ones. And there's also the what's your EQ? I can't wait to hear you guys come back with your EQ results. The emotional. It's like your emotional.
It's 100.
It's 100.
I don't know what that score is.
What's that supposed to be?
Your EQ is your emotional IQ, like how you communicate, how you handle stress.
90.
Mike and I have to take it. I haven't taken it in a while. I know that I think I was an Energizer. I have to. I don't remember. It's been so long, but we probably should take the test before they come back, and we can have our own EQ reading.
Let's do it.
Yep. Mike and I are gonna go for PFCI this year.
Oh, yay!
Excellent.
So
Have you started your
we were just discussing this morning what we are going to talk about. I think for me, it's easy. I'm going to do Karen handling. And I told Mike, I go, Mike, I think you need to give a whole talk about wholesale and selling flowers. Like Mike has so many tricks and tips and, what to look for. I'm like, you need to share that. I want that on video just as a learning, one of our training
Give us a tip. Come on. Give us a tip.
He tips every single time when you walk in the warehouse. He has something new to give you a tip on, like how you.
Well, I was even just saying like relationship building. In Mike, I remember you sharing that story, with VIP Roses that that you share with me the many years that building and working together, and I mean it's just super inspiring your dedication and wanting to bring a product to the market. I mean, you could just talk about that. I remember, I'll tell you a quick story. Last year, I had told myself I needed to be done with my video, my audition, before Valentine's Day. So I was like, this is great. I will fill the shop with flowers. I'll tape the video. And then I didn't like it. I didn't like the way it turned out. And then I didn't have time to like redo it. So it was the Sunday after Valentine's Day. Here I'm back in the shop. And of course, we're like sold out.
Right.
Like no floral background. I'm like pulling silks up to try to give myself like a display. But anyway, it was great and it's super exciting. But I highly encourage people who want to get some professional certification through SAF, start to do that. Be recognized for what you can bring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mike, thanks for for volunteering your leadership on the awards committee, because that committee is so great to be able to recognize people in our industry who have worked their entire lives, to advance our industry, and then you get to recognize them. That's great.
That's like a good vibes committee, just all four positive people giving out awards.
Everybody that's on that committee is amazing.
Yeah. The meetings, I really enjoy them.
Yeah.
The coolest part was how they tricked me to receive an award.
Oh yeah.
And I don't really think you appreciate it until you like you can appreciate it until you actually have to go through that process of getting the award. But they tricked me. I was leaving and they said, "Oh no."
Because you had a whole crazy thing happen. There was like flooding in the old building. There was a lot of stuff happening, and I think
it was a disaster day. And then after I got an email or a phone call, I forget which, that Dwight Latimer was retiring, and he was the one who had nominated me to receive the award. And I had just met him. Like I only met him like the year before. I know he's been around forever, but I only knew him like for a year or something. And like so he kind of like was retiring, and he wanted somebody to take his spot, and he put me in there, and I was honored by that. I think I was more honored by that than anything else. Is that he wanted.
That's awesome.
Me to go in there, like, and that's my point about meeting people and building relationships. And to what you said about VIP Roses, I mean, you haven't heard what happened after that. These guys, we didn't even know, but they have like a side thing going on where they are doing crosses of varieties, and they're doing their own breeding. It's called VIP breeding. It's kind of in-house. It's really under the radar. It's kind
very
of quiet.
boutique.
Yeah. And they said, why don't we try and see if we send some of these varieties to Ecuador and see if they grow, see if they work. And we had only just started with them.
With the VIP Chacos. Mm-hmm.
For I don't know, we were only a year in on that. And we have discovered there's like 5 or 6 varieties that we're actually going to grow that are bred by VIP. And that is like another, like when somebody like with a brand like that says to you, out of all these farms and all these giant companies and all these giant breeding representatives and all that stuff, we want you to try it, see if they work. That was really cool.
But it's exactly what Lori said. Like when you go to these conventions or you speak to these people and the relationship building is when you realize that you're like-minded. You see, like Eileen and I had a connection on the tour bus. I always know she's my girl for certain things. Like you meet people, you have these small connections, and then they're forever in your mind, you know? So when you're doing business, you can think about that person. And then the Next Gen chat, that's an amazing chat. For those who don't want to be on Facebook or doom scrolling, you can go directly to the source, to somebody who knows. So I think that's pretty. It's great that the Next Gen exists. I still love convention too, because I feel like you get that it's the hoo-ah.
Eventually, Next Gen keeps growing. It's going to be convention.
Yeah,
it's going to take over.
It's far bigger than anyone thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah,
it's far more popular, far more, it's growing.
And again, the difference between this also is that it's traveling to these places that has these field trips like that. And I think that's something really, really fun. Like we saw a lot of great things in San Diego. We all saw how technology, you can use in farming, like things that we would have never thought of, drones and all of those things. And then you go to Dallas and you go to a trends talk, like with the pedal cartel or the cartel with Jenny Thomas.
Dr. Delphinium.
Oh my gosh, you're blown away. So every time it just keeps getting better and better. So
it really is. And I was just going to say too, some of those relationships are built at the Supplier Expo. I know you said Jet Fresh is obviously going to be there, which is awesome. But that, for me, I was able to learn about some of our like wedding softwares. Like I learned about Details. I learned about Flower Buddy. You can try the different companies, find what's the best fit for you. But some of those other tech sources, obviously the farms, seeing the flowers. But there's been some really great just industry connections that if you weren't familiar with previously that you can make.
And I really encourage vendors to get involved with Next Gen, because a lot of times I've heard vendors say, oh, well, that's not the decision maker. I highly disagree, because
Me too.
There's nobody that influences my decisions on what to buy or what to do than my Next Gen person. I want them to be making these decisions and helping me with it and leading. They can't lead if I'm making all the decisions. They have to be able to make these decisions and choose vendors and choose software and choose, suppliers. They have to be involved so that they take ownership in it.
I completely agree. I mean, we'll send 3 or 4 people each year to all of those different conventions, but the Next Gen especially. I liked going there
as a mentor.
Yeah, I just like talking to people and learning. Like,
it's fun. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just like another.
I spoke to Lori too. Lori and Mike last year were mentors together, and they felt like they had special mentor badges, and they were walking around. And Lori Wilson told me this week, she goes, "Oh, I'm not going." She was all sad. I go, "Yeah, I think Mike feels the same." But I like the idea of mentors being there. I'm sure there's going to be more there.
Yeah.
Right. And then over the years, as like these next gens, I feel like even myself at some point, like maybe that's my next role is, where can I come back and help after, aging out?
Yeah, you don't age out. You just become a mentor. It's a different status.
What was Jimmy saying? I can't remember what that line was that he was like using the other day on the chat.
Jimmy's been saying he's Next Gen. If I'm not Next Gen, I'm still Next Gen for 2 more years, but Jimmy's was funny on the chat the other day. I was like, Jimmy, stop. You're not Next Gen.
Like, is it 45? Is it 50? I mean, where my birthday tends to be hitting right over Next Gen. So I always appreciate having my floral peeps to celebrate with. And so I'll be there again. My family is like, "You're not home again?" I'm like, "I'm with my flower friends." Like this is.
I was laughing at Sergio. Sergio faked an ID.
I was about to say that's what what our booth is gonna be. It's gonna be fake IDs for anybody who wants to come next year. That's what we'll have to do. There's nobody. There's no bouncer at the door. Nobody's checking dates. You guys are.
Oh, that's what he said. Vintage Gen. Gen. That's what it was. Yeah, they said I think it's 45, but then Amanda said that it was just a suggestion, that's not really, they're not checking IDs.
It's how you feel in your heart.
Exactly. Well, then I'm forever 27.
I do remember with the planning that they definitely make the time of the sessions and the types of sessions based on this younger core group, because people are, the real talk is debriefing at night after the function, whether it's a planned dinner. I'm still waiting to hear if there's a theme event that I need to get a costume for, because it's hard to pull that together right after Valentine's Day.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say it.
Yes, of course. You got to prep the people.
Well, it hasn't. I'm on the Next Gen committee, and it hasn't been 100% approved. But the plan that I believe was going forward with Flower Click and X and Decor, I believe, is sponsoring the happy hour of the first night. And the idea is to kind of go Next Gen University is the theme. So kind of like, because we're going to NC State and we're in College Town, the idea is to kind of play off of that.
And then our
so anything like sorority or
break
anything.
Break out your college sweater.
College sweater, or maybe your Letterman jacket, something like that would fit the vibe. Anything that
perfect
applies to you.
Eileen,
you got that.
Interpret
that as.
Oh, I can definitely run with that. That's great, because I'll tell you, last year I had to wear my cowboy hat on the plane, wear my boots on the plane.
Yeah, exactly.
The year before that, I had to pack my peacock feathered skirt in my bag. So
now you can dress comfy to the airport, and that's your.
I'm just going to wear it there.
At least you're committed. I appreciate the commitment. Not everybody dresses up, so.
And we're doing the happy hour on Monday night.
We are sponsoring the second happy hour that leads into kind of like an open evening to like a free night.
I like that they're doing that this year, because I do, and I guess there's always
some people will go to happy hour, some people will just end up going to dinner early or going to a show or whatever they want to do, whatever's in town.
And I love that they do like the takeaways, so that way you kind of have a lot to be able to get together and talk about what you learned, and so maybe somebody was in the restroom or didn't miss the session, at least you listen to what's happening.
Yeah, and I think if people fly in early, I know I was nervous, like what if we have bad weather and something gets screwed up Sunday morning. So I highly encourage anyone who maybe it's their first time or isn't sure, just get on the chat and say, hey, I'm flying in, and meet up with people. I had a random dinner date last year, Taylor Priest from Ohio. I was like, hey, like, I'm here, you're here, let's grab dinner. So it was great. And talking about like his world with wholesale and my world with retail, it was nice to connect.
I also think that it's very close to a lot of other places. I think there's going to be a lot of drive-in, not only flying.
Right.
I think there's going to be a good amount of drive-in, because there's a lot of retail wholesale up in that neck of the, within an 8-hour, 10-hour drive maximum. It's pretty easy.
It's true.
The other thing
nobody wants to go to the airport if they don't have to.
For all of us that are missing the next.
Would you wait real quick? I'm sorry. Would you prefer an 8-hour drive or a 2-hour flight?
What's the difference?
That's what I'm asking you. What would you prefer?
A 2-hour flight
or an 8-hour drive?
Is a 6 to 8 hour process.
Right, but I'm asking, what do you prefer? What would you rather do?
I'd rather drive.
Okay, that's the question. Mimi?
No, my leg. I'm gonna fly.
Joel?
Flight.
Okay,
that's easy.
You guys want to answer?
Listen,
fly.
Okay, I just want to prove a point.
Okay, but for me, a 2-hour flight means you got to go to the airport an hour, hour and a half minimum before, maybe 2 hours before, depending on the day of the week, on what airport you're going to.
I don't disagree with you. That's a process.
Then you got to wait for the delay.
Yeah.
Then
you
the flight.
off.
Then it's a process.
I agree.
But you could still work at the airport, or you can read a book, or you can, there's ways to maximize your time. You can always hit up the great restaurants around there, have a margarita before your flight. Whereas in driving, you're driving and you got to be on the road, focused.
I mean, what's less stressful? Is it the drive or is it the...
Depends on where you're
you
driving. Also,
or you get to
listen. I fly all the time, and I fly all kinds of places, and I take planes, trains, all different connections to get to wherever I'm going. I don't mind it, but if I was, in Virginia, I'd probably drive there. I probably wouldn't fly there. If I was in Western New York, I'd probably drive.
If you're within 4 or 5 hours, hop in the car. It's a day trip.
So SAF Convention's Amelia Island. That's a 10-hour drive from us. You can fly.
It's like a 6.5. Yeah, 7. Yeah. Are we flying? Are we driving, Mike?
I don't know. Maybe we'll rent a party bus.
Maybe that's the move.
We'll
take a bus. You guys should just get an RV.
Yeah. We rent an RV.
Flower bus.
Don't give them any ideas, because then it's happening. Don't you know at Jet Fresh, everything starts with a crazy idea.
Yeah. we'll get an RV. We'll pull into Buc-ee's on the way.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beef jerky for everybody.
Make it happen.
And what I was saying,
And that's one less hotel room we have to pay for.
Should we all stay in the RV?
We need a reality
The
camera
best
TV
is
show
that
for that.
SAF convention is usually like in very upscale places. Can you imagine an RV parked in the Ritz? You know, or
It's gonna be my dad's gonna be printed on the side of the RV, like holding flowers. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, do like a skin on the side of the RV.
I think of the cousin from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, the one
Cousin
where
Eddie.
Cousin Eddie, that's who it is.
Yeah, that's Jimmy's kicking out the door.
Jimmy's gonna kick out the door, pull everything out. Yeah. But the other thing I really like that SAF does a really great job at is like the handouts after convention. So if you're an SAF member after convention and Next Gen, like so when recently filling out my PFCI, I was looking for what we spoke about last time, and I was able to see stuff that I missed and download some information that I didn't know was happening because we were all worried about our presentation. That's great. The Floral Hub, the Education Hub is great. And I think that a lot of people should take advantage of their SAF membership by checking out those things if you're missing a convention or a Next Gen.
Yeah, definitely. And SAF has that new, her name's Aster. She's the new AI consultant. So it's like having this business coach, middle of the night, you think of something, but it's industry specific. I'd definitely go on to and ask Aster. Talk to her, get her opinions. It's a great source.
Cool.
Great source.
That
Well,
just
I know
launched.
when-
That just
when-
launched, right? The
Yeah,
Aster.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
When the
just launched
SAF
in-
staff, plans and like ask the speakers, I know, at least for me, they said, Eileen, we really want to have some tangible materials that you can give to the attendees that we can share afterwards that people can use. And so that's been a real strong point that I want to be able to provide is have those like talking points. What do you do in these, difficult conversations? And even if it's like talking to your boss, how, and timing is everything. So I highly recommend that too, Lori. It's a great point.
A lot of good resources and stuff you get after each session. Absolutely.
For sure.
I was going to say, what about the team design competition? Do you guys have any insight on that? Because that's always a good like icebreaker event too.
I'm part of the Next Gen committee, not part of there's a specific planning committee that decides more on the speakers and stuff like that. So I'm not sure what the plans are for the game night.
But I love the competition. Last year I sold out Sheldon, so I'm not forgiven because I told him I would go on stage, but then somebody was asking me a question and that was an opportunity to sell Jeff Fresh and I couldn't leave that sale, right? So I was doing my job and then Sheldon's like, you left me. And so I made it up to him. I made it up, but still.
You had an important appointment at the bar?
No, it was not at the bar. It was at
Well,
the
I mean, that's a great name. Like, I mean, I met Sheldon in Miami, his crew from Michelle's, and they, I think I can say this to Sheldon, we're friends, but he was a little more shy. And now, like, look at him. He is just blossoming literally in the industry with his roles and his business with Next Gen. I mean, these are the future leaders of our industry that just need a chance to come in and, show everybody their talent.
Yeah.
It's fabulous.
And some people are so generous with their time too.
Oh,
There's like, what a community. Like, oh, you're across the hall and you're setting up. Let me come and help you. Let me help.
100%. That happened to me at SAF convention. I was doing that Outstanding Varieties room and I was by myself and I needed extra help. I just put out a message and instantly, I thought
you were going to talk about a Next Gen when you, Angelique, you guys went with Sheldon. You borrowed somebody's car. It was a whole mission.
Oh, yes. During Supplier Expo setup last year, we were in Dallas and Angelique's, all of her stuff was in a truck yard about 35 minutes away.
Oh,
and
remember that? The FedEx guy wouldn't come?
Yeah, the FedEx guy wouldn't come because there was no cross dock, not the drop. What's that called? When the lift gate. No, there was no lift gate. So the hotel didn't have a lift gate and they refused. So they went right back to the yard. Well,
loading dock.
The
They didn't have a
loading
loading
dock.
Yeah.
So me, Angelique, Sheldon, we found the people from Dr. Delphinium, the driver, and we're like, hey, can we borrow your van? not thinking the guy would say yes. I was like, you know what, guys, we got to shoot our shot. Let's just ask. He goes, you can't borrow it, but I could take you. I'm like, okay. So then Sheldon had a rental car. He had his car, follows me, and Angelique and him follow me. And then we're all there carrying these giant accent decor pieces in the dark in a loading dock in the middle of Dallas. I don't even know where we were. And it was so fun, you know. I made sure to tell Dr. Delphinium, the whole team, how amazing that guy was, because he was just like, I can't let you take this car, but
That's the right answer. Yeah.
but I can totally get you there. He's like, I'm just sitting here waiting. Okay, let's go. So that was, but yeah, you get a lot of relationships again. And it's true. People do want to help, you know. I've had competitors, everybody, you're always there, ready, willing to help. So that's awesome.
Community.
Mm-hmm.
It is a community. It's community over competition for sure. And I think that's what makes our industry so special, is that we have our niche, you know, and we have what we're really good at, but we also know how to reach out for help. We know how to help others. And it really ties us back to what we do. You know, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday of the whole year. It's not about the weather. It's not about the delivery challenges. It's not about the, you know, price of the product. But honestly, like, what are we doing? We're spreading love.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to spread love? I'll give a quick little story. Yesterday, I'm getting into the shop, drop my kids at school. I get a text on my phone as I'm pulling out of the school parking lot from a dad who I know from Cub Scouts, and he's traveling for work, and he's like, hey, Eileen, I'm out of town, and I know Molly just took this new role working at the school, and with Catholic Schools Week, it's like really crazy busy, and she's doing a lot right now, and I really want to send her flowers. Here's my budget. Can you take care of it? I'm like, yep, I gotcha. You know, how do you want the card to read? Perfect. I said, in fact, I'm actually running back over to the school. I'll make it up right now. Brought over, and I saw her this morning. She's like, Eileen, those are the most beautiful flowers. I actually thought maybe I had a boyfriend because my husband never sent me flowers. And I was like, wow, good news. I was like, he took the initiative, knowing how hard you were working at home this week, sent me a text. He wanted to be really special. We worked through it, and I'm like, and don't worry, I'll get him for Valentine's Day next week.
There you go. The flower's so good, she thought she had a different. That's great.
We don't judge. No, I'm just
No. Exactly.
It's all about love.
I'm sure you get some really fun ones. Yeah.
Listen, the florists they are the juicy ones. They have all the tea. Yeah.
I love the idea of the card book of just the crazy greeting cards is that Aaron making that? Who's making that?
Yeah, Aaron.
I mean, Laura, you've got to have 100 stories with, you know, 4 or 5 generations of business.
Yeah. It's great, you know. You get to see all those emotions.
She's a firm believer of florist client confidentiality. She signed this. She signed the agreements.
Yeah.
Yeah, my lips are sealed.
Yeah. That's funny. And then when you're in a community like that, you know all your clients too, you know, like you're a tight knit community. That's so the flower shop in my neighborhood was up for sale a couple years ago. And my dad said to me, Mimi, let's go, let's jump on this. And I go, that is too much gossip and cheeseman. He's like, what do you mean? I go, nope, we're going to know when anybody's having problems, good things, bad things. And you don't know what it's like to run a flower shop. It's a lot of hard work, Dad. He's like, oh, come on.
Do you think you could make an arrangement for somebody knowing it was for his like mistress?
No.
You couldn't make the arrangement?
No.
Even for your business, you wouldn't do it?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Anything for a sale.
I was going to say, yeah, like, I mean, I'll make you two. Like.
Well, it's interesting when you end up doing the wedding the second time for one of the spouses.
That's fun.
You know, you did the first one and sometimes you just kind of know.
Do you get a discount the second time around, or do you charge?
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, exactly, right? You got to pay more.
Inflation. Yeah, prices are up.
Eileen, I was going to say, like, just from Cub Scouts and all of the different things in part of my community, like, I'm doing the 100th year birthday for my community coming up soon. And it's like,
amazing.
And, but just from that, it's so hard when you have friends, because then everybody thinks Valentine's is coming up for sure. I get 45 messages from all the guys that, you know, the husbands. And I'm like, I can't, I'm not a florist. I'm not, that's what I keep saying. I'm like, here's the florist phone number. Find the florist. I am not a florist. So yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, my cell phone is super easy for people to communicate. It's a little hectic when I'm managing drivers, customers, whatever, but I'm happy that they think of me. I'm happy they think of Lake Forest Flowers. That's
Yep.
what I want them to do. That's
Mhm.
why I invest myself so heavily in my community. I'll just mention, I'm going to do a little education program for FTD, actually on community relationships. That's going to be in September.
Nice.
So we're working on the date right now, but it's about, we talk about community so much today among our industry, but how do you spread your tentacles into your community and build that? Because if someone, I want people to think of me. So however they feel most comfortable connecting, we make it happen from there. And that's what makes the whole chain of flowers work so well. And we have wholesalers and growers that can get us the product that we need. I mean, it's just a beautiful system.
Love it. Good luck for that.
Network relationships.
Oh my goodness, so much goodness. Lori, I see on your panel that Paige Kennicott and John Burke are some of the people on there with you,
Yes.
Wow.
which looks great.
Yeah.
John was on the first planning committee with me. That's how I met him. And then Paige, of course, she's long-term.
When are we going to have John
Kennicott.
Burke on the
She's
podcast?
Peony Page. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out to John again.
I'd like to have him on the podcast.
She's
Good to
Peony Page. I love Peony Page. She's gonna be
Yeah.
doing a great job.
I mean, she's juggling
sure.
life with her twins, and I think are just
Mhm.
one now.
Mm-hmm.
We're all
Definitely
at like
hands full.
different stages, but it's nice to connect.
And see, this is another beautiful thing about Next Gen, like that we know this about each other and about everybody's family, and you're rooting for everybody that's their families are growing or they're traveling around the world. I mean, we are all following Nicole's amazing journey in England. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's everybody finds out because it is an age group, and again, something that you can connect with. Everybody's on social. And then Jimmy's posts a podcast every single Friday at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to ask him not to do that, but
Jimmy's now in Wonderland.
Oh yeah, Jimmy's lost a lot of weight, and he's
He's in Wonderland. He's 197.
I was trying to figure out what that meant.
That in the weight loss
Wonderland.
community, your journey wants to get
Oh.
you to Wonderland. So when you get into the high ones, you did what you said.
I like
to
it.
do.
No, I've never heard that. I like it.
I was in Wonderland for one day. Then I started the rebound.
The rebound.
your stress level. You merit your little Dove chocolate every day. That's why
So-
it's worth it being in the.
It's so close. It's right there.
Mike, I've got some stress reducing routines that maybe we can connect offline, like a little bit of like breathing, stretching, body movement first thing in the morning,
Eileen, we need to hire you
Thank
for
you.
the whole Jet Fresh team. We all need
Yeah.
the stress relief.
For sure.
Lead the morning session.
Even if I've learned that for myself, if it's 20 minutes, it's 20 minutes that just like starts my day in a way that I'm like connecting with movement and breath and just positive affirmation. Like, you're up, you do this. I don't know. I was up till past midnight, probably close to 1 a.m. last night, just catching up on stuff. And, you're balancing the mom with the business and Valentine's Day and of course, all these other volunteer things that it's like, I can't say no.
Yeah.
I used to say it, just say no. No, I don't say no. Because I'm a people person and we're a make it happen kind of person. So we make it happen. But anyway, I was like, I'm so tired this morning. I'm like, you know what? 20 minutes. That's what I need.
Well, Eileen,
5 minutes.
there's also an early morning wellness on Monday morning, so you should go to
Oh.
that. Let us know if
I'll
that
be there.
is the same, and take notes for me too, because I need that morning wellness.
Oh, yeah.
And
I see. It's somebody from Smithers. That's great.
And I'm also super interested. I know that there's a Survivor floral edition. I want to know what that is. I know that's Corinne's talk, but I wonder what that is. Knowing Corinne, do you think she's going to actually go through and do survivor things, like eat a cockroach?
They go for it. When they have themes, they go for it. So there will be probably tiki torches or something.
I'm interested. So guys, you don't want to miss it. This is going to be a Next Gen for the books, literally, because it's university for the books.
Yeah.
All right.
And you know what else we didn't mention about the Next Gen is that
She took a bow after that joke, just for the listeners.
But I also want to put out there that the SAF staff.
Oh, yeah.
They know how to guide you and help you and make you feel welcome and comfortable, and they're like so approachable, and they know all the answers to all your questions. And I think that is also another big reason why it's kind of easy to go.
Yeah.
Because you
just
don't have
look for the blue shirt.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
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 And they keep us fed,
Yeah.
which, is kind of important. Fuel for the mind, so we can take it in. I'm just going to mention something real quick because there's a lot of information. And I think we've mentioned that's why it's important to keep investing in your people year after year, because you really can't take everything back. And I like to say, pick 3 things. Pick 3 things that you're going to implement into your business. And sometimes if it's a big thing, you might only get 1 big thing, but take 3 things back that you're going to do. And then when you come back the next year, there's this burst of energy and burst of excitement because you're like, wow, I did that. And then each year, there's sort of an overall theme. And it looks like this year there's a lot about communication. Thinking like an owner, mind of a buyer, what's your EQ? I mean, one of the things I'll even remember going back was Lori Wilson did a program on empathy. And I literally use that every day in
Me
my
too.
life
Oh, yeah.
on different boards I serve on.
Yep.
With my cousin, my family. I mean, these are skills that are not just business related. These are
She
life
incorporated
skills.
those movie clips into it.
Genius.
Yeah.
That was genius.
And that's where it hit me.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
that was good. Really good.
Now for
So,
next
I
gen,
mean,
you got to
this
incorporate
is-
SpongeBob clips.
Well, I don't know, Ryan, if I'll be able to get some clips into my program. I might be running out of time. But we'll have role playing.
Okay.
Oh, cool. I like that. That's the
That'd
way
be
to
fun.
learn, make it interactive. That's a good thing.
Joelle, you looking forward to anything?
I'm looking forward to it all, really.
Okay. Man of
Sounds
many
exciting.
words.
I'm hoping
I
for
just have this. I have this one message for owners out there. Build your future bench. This is the time. This is your opportunity. Leadership development, doesn't happen just once. It's best when it's ongoing.
Mm.
And so really invest in your people. You're going to get so much out of it. You're just going to, you've got to send your people. It's just a don't miss event.
Beautiful.
I agree.
And we're grateful to the committee and the staff for working so hard and planning it. We know so much work goes into it, but it's really exciting to be there.
Ladies, I'm going to reach out for both of you to be on the podcast on an individual basis because this doesn't count as your podcast episode that I'm going to have to reach out to you guys later. But
So fun.
This is the next gen edition.
It's great talking to you guys.
I need to get myself a headset and a microphone next time so I can feel like I'm part of it.
It's just to make it look more legit. There's nothing fancy there.
It's all crap from
I'll go to my
Amazon.
son. I'll go to my son's gaming station.
There you go. That's basically what we're doing.
No, it's great. You guys do an awesome job. I'm thrilled to be
Yes.
a part of it and share the good word of, what SAF's doing. And just to say, I've learned so much and I'm grateful to have had the opportunities with my father's support and investment into me. Again, like Lori said, the future, we got to, keep our industry going strong.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Love
Thanks for allowing us to, to talk about this. It's such a great event. And thanks for inviting us.
No, we're only a few weeks out, so this is your last chance to get your tickets, to get registered, and meet us there.
It's going to be February 22nd to 24th in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Raleigh. And I just want to quickly say, we talked a lot about the chat and the Next Gen chat. That's a WhatsApp group chat. So if anybody wants to get on that, you can contact any of us and we'll help you get that.
Sign
It'll be
us up.
great.
Okay. So that's it then. So this was a really great conversation. Thank you very much, Eileen and Lori, and for joining us and sharing with us. Mimi, Joelle, Ryan, myself, thank you for listening. And we'll see you next week.